This is the TC from 93 WUVA College Radio, interviewing Crimson Apple here today. They've just released their new CD called Hello. Cranking up the charts faster than beyond belief. And they've also just released a kind of a strange thing. It's not really a single from the song. They've just done a cover of an Oil in the Alley song. So we're here today talking to them about the unusual connections between Oil in the Alley and Crimson Apple, which might not be public knowledge. But Shelby, let's start with you first. Shelby, this is the guitar player, the manager of the band, and one of the songwriting team. And Shelby, we wanted to ask you, we'd heard some rumors that actually when you started the band, that you'd been considering, because of all of the Oil in the Alley that you heard growing up around the house, because of course everyone in the band is far too young to have actually seen Oil in the Alley during their heyday in the early 90s. But that when you were starting the band, there were some band names that were essentially tributes and mixes that came up between Oil in the Alley and Crimson Apple. And of course, Oil in the Apple was one of those that we've heard about, but we were wondering if you wanted to tell us a little bit more about some of those possibilities.
Yeah, actually, Oil in the Alley was one of our biggest influences as a band, and we really kind of wanted to go in that direction. And it didn't work out because, it just didn't seem like the right name, but we were looking at, like Crimson Alley, what else? There's a lot of Oil of the Apple.
Oil of the Apple, yeah.
Petroleum applesauce, I'd heard that one kicked around, yeah. Okay, Faith, so the drummer, the heartbeat of the band, the youngest member of the band, the troublemaker of the band, as we've all heard. Faith, we know that you've idolized Dan Cutter, Oil in the Alley's drummer, and based a lot of your style on him. As a matter of fact, not everybody may realize, but your hairstyle and the exact highlight streaks that you're wearing right now are based on Dan's hairstyle from 1992.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fantastic thing. And so we wanted to let you know that we have shown him a picture, and he's very impressed. This really,
Yeah.
that's really.
That's really nice.
And so we wondered if there's any particular rhythm you'd like to show us that came out of your learning experience following Dan. And you'd like to play or just beat out for us a little something.
All right. Well, this is on one of your guys' early hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just a straight rock beat.
I love this song.
That was Rock Feet, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you, Faith.
Yeah.
Carthy. So I know this is going to be a little bit difficult for you. Carthy's the bass player for Crimson Apple, of course, as everybody knows. While the other four members of the band are, of course, aficionados of Oil in the Alley and have long looked to their music for source material and inspiration, we know that you really pretty much hate the band. And I want to say thank you for sitting with us today, to do this interview in the first place, because I know that you've in the past thrown fits and started small fires when asked to talk about Oil in the Alley. And so this is your chance, basically, since you are communicating with your public. If you want to say something about why you really hate the band, this would be your opportunity.
It's okay. You can. This is your time. It's time, Cardi. They're weird.
Yeah, well, you heard it here, folks. Okay, so we just have to determine, is that one shade of green? Is it blue? Is it mixed? Is it what? How many colors have we got there?
It's blue. Well, it's supposed to be blue, but it fades to green.
Fades to green. So that kind of transition there gives you the same colors that you would have from light diffracting on Oil in the Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the rainbow.
we noticed that. Yeah, that's fantastic. And of course, it's been an interesting thing. The band, of course, has a long history with Rachel, because Rachel filled in for an entire 6-month tour when Sean had a skiing accident and broke both arms. And she did have to work under a pseudonym because of contractual agreements with Crimson Apple. And I don't know, perhaps it's been long enough. That was
They don't
2 years
know
ago.
about it.
I'm sorry. guys,
I'm not sure if you know, but
oh,
this
is that
news.
okay?
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
not.
I apologize.
It's
That
absolutely
wasn't
not
okay.
okay.
It's
I
not
just
okay.
warned you.
I'm sorry. Here,
Wow.
cut. Stop the tape. All right, it's fine. Stop. Colby,
Yes.
we know that pretty much from the time you were walking, you heard Oil in the Alley played loudly in your home. We've talked to Dave about it. We've talked to Rebecca about it, and we know that there was a lot of music around you. So it's no surprise that influence shows up. And one of the things we wanted to talk to you about, we're very excited to hear that the single is doing so well. It's getting commercial airplay. It's climbing the charts. I think we're at 23 right now and moving up. And one thing that some folks might not know is we got some information about your songwriting process, and we found out that actually that song, Hello, is from a story your mom used to tell about a time before she met Dave, when she actually saw a shiny black Mustang with one of the band members of Oil in the Alley behind the wheel. And
Yes.
yeah, it's well, anyway, I don't know if you have anything further to eliminate on that.
Yeah, it was a magical moment for my mom. You know, she's such a huge fan. You know, she's the one that would play it around the house for me. You know, and you know, she went to one of your concerts. She used to follow you guys around when you would tour. She was one of your groupies.
That's sort of
And
did, yeah.
yeah, and she never got to ever see you in person, like off the stage. And you know, one day she was walking and she saw Sean actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. We
And
weren't
he
sure
was-
which member was. We all have such fantastic smiles that flash on the line of the song could have been any one of us.
Yeah,
so,
and he was in his black Mustang, and he just waved at her and winked and drove by, and she like fainted on the street.
My goodness, wow. That doesn't appear in the song lyrics, does it?
No,
moment?
that doesn't.
Yeah.
We decided to leave that part out.
Oh, left that part out.
Embarrassing,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Crimson Apple, thank you very much for sitting with us today. We appreciate it. And we certainly will be looking forward to your album coming out and your next singles. And of course, we assume that the next radio release will have the Oil in the Alley cover involved. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.